So there's a tweet that went viral and it says 80% of single men say they're not even interested in dating anymore. What happened? And the response is social media happened. And it's a bunch of DMs and text of getting seen and getting left on red. And the social media definitely plays a huge role in why a lot of people that are single, including myself, aren't really trying to date right now. Is just there's so much options and they have the opportunity to date guys that once upon a time they never would have had. Like it used to be in school or at work or on your street, and now it's people all over the world, celebrities. I mean, you have people in the NFL and in the NBA that are talking to the girl that you like. I mean, how many times have we seen guys on? I don't know if you know who FitX Fearless is, but we've seen stories of guys who had their girls get taken by like Kevin Durant, and you can't compete with that, just an average dude. So, and another thing as well is if you take an average girl, she is going to be expecting the top guys. Like she's competing with, like, it doesn't matter if a girl is average or if she's very, very pretty, they're still going after the same guys. Like if they go on a dating app, I mean, I'll use me as an example, right? I don't get any likes, any matches on dating apps. I think I'm average looking. I'm 6'2". I'm a content creator. I've got a media company with 130,000 people. Like that doesn't matter. They're not even going to see that. They're just going to look at your face, the way you look, and then if you don't have like top quality pics and things like that, well, they have thousands of other guys that are trying to get their attention. So, like, it's a plethora of different things. And it sucks too because a lot of guys are not bad looking at all. Like if you look at my audience, I know people like to make fun of my community, but if you look at them, the guys struggling like me, like they're not bad looking people. They're just normal dudes. That's on me because I forgot to mute my iPad, which I don't know why my iPad's connect to my phone to begin with, but so where were we? I mean, yeah, I was talking about just how like the competition is just ridiculous, man. And I'll use me as an example because I obviously I can't speak for everyone listening. But I was out last night on Valentine's. I went to a brewery with my friends that are all single, and one of my boys is 6'5", white guy, right? He's never had an issue getting women, and then he's with the one girl of the two that was pretty, and then like none of my friends were interested in her friend because I don't know, bro. Like, she wasn't unattractive. She's like one of those girls who has like a really pretty face, but like her body like was not really amazing or anything like that. And I don't have high expectations, but it's just like someone who's just fit, like is really all you can ask for. And then yeah, so they were not talking to her, and then I was sitting down, and then she came up and was talking to me, and then we talked for probably like 30 minutes, and I'm not gonna ask for info or anything, right? Because she wasn't really like my type. But that's pretty much the conversations that I'll have with women is someone who that I feel is not as attractive as me. Like I'd be perfectly fine with someone who's an average looking girl, but anyone like lower, it's like, I mean, the problem is that I wanted a relationship so bad, and I kind of just tried to do whatever I could to jump into one. And then I realized, well, it's actually better to be single than to be with someone that you're kind of just forcing yourself to be with. I mean, it's not like I'm desperate to like settle down or to have a family. I mean, I'm 27. I'm not 22 anymore or anything like that. But it's better to just work on yourself. I know it's a cliche and everyone says it, but like if you're actually building towards something, man, I mean, eventually something will come your way, and you just have to be very careful because a lot of women, like older ones, will try to kind of take advantage of you. And I see this all the time. I have girls as friends, and some of them are married, and it's like coming from their friends too, because like their friends and just talking to people, and like they're not really even that interested in the guy. He just has like money. So that's why I don't recommend just like monk mode, make it a bunch of money and then settling down, because you're just gonna get taken advantage of. Like go out and talk to girls, but you like don't expect really much to come from it. I think a lot of dating is really luck too. It's like kind of right place at the right time. Like a lot of my friends that I grew up with are like absolute goofballs, and they ended up finding a girl that they've been with for years. And one of them has been with them for 8 years, 7 years. So it's like they've had girls for a while, and no disrespect to them, but like a lot of the guys who think that they're just absolutely hopeless, like look better than them too. I'm gonna be real. So you have to be able to adapt to how it is. And if you don't want to, then you're going to be far behind. It's as simple as that. And like for me, I mean, I have a lot of followers, like I've got the height, but there's other things that also need work. Like you literally need to check every single box to be able to compete nowadays. And then once you do have a woman who's interested in you, then that's where you have to be able to talk to her. And then you have to decide, do you want to play the games? Do you want to be manipulative? Or do you just want to just, hey, like she texted me right away, like let me go ahead and get back to her right away because I'm on my phone, right? And it's not every girl is like if you're trying to attract an actual like high quality women, then women, bro, I can't even freaking talk. I'm sound so stupid. But if you're trying to attract somebody who's actually like high quality, then that stuff won't matter. But you have to cycle through so much BS to be able to get there. And this is an analogy that I use all the time in my Discord server is that like, bro, okay, so if you're playing basketball and you take, let's say like I give you 20 shots to be able to make something right, you'd probably make at least one. And like if you take and you say you don't play basketball and then you take 20 shots and you make like I don't know one or two of them, like that's not that bad, right? Because at least some of the shots went in. But imagine if you didn't make any. Like, would you want to continue to play? I mean, maybe you're competitive and you want to improve, but it's like most people not exactly. And that's how dating feels is that there's really like never any momentum because all that will happen is that you go and you'll talk to someone and you think it goes well, like you have a great night meeting a girl, like you have a lot of similar interests and then you think you're hitting it off and then you just never hear from her again and you don't get a reason. And maybe it's because like her ex is still in the picture, maybe she was just being nice, maybe I don't know, she's talking to other people, like you just don't know. Maybe she like bro, like there's so many things that are just not in your control and you're always competing with someone else no matter what a girl says. Oh, I'm not talking to anyone. Of course they're talking to other people. Of course they're getting approached, they're getting DM'd in. If they're attractive, even if they're just average looking, like they're gonna like an average looking girl would be like a top tier guy. Like I'm pretty sure that a girl who's a 5 out of 10 looks wise is getting more attention than a guy that's an 8 out of 10 unless he's like a celebrity. Like I remember when I was 10 years old I wanted to be a YouTuber and it seemed impossible. And then when I graduated high school, I went to college, right? I got my bachelor's. I still wanted to be a creator, but nobody thought it would be possible, my friends and family. And then it's like kind of here I am. It's like you work your ass off, you get to this point. But for dating, that's not exactly the case because you can't control a lot of things. Like you can't make a woman like you who doesn't like you. It's like when I go out and I approach girls who are way out of my league, which I've done that hundreds and hundreds of times, they always will be like, "Oh my god, like you got so much confidence for coming up to me," and then they'll like politely reject you. Maybe they'll entertain it for 5, 10 minutes or whatever. And sometimes they will give you their info. I've had like girls that were literally like model like look wise that I've approached going out and chilled with them, right? Maybe, and then it's just like you don't hear from them. So yeah, that's kind of the thing is you got to be very careful because a lot of people are like disingenuine and it takes experience to kind of learn who is into you and who isn't. But even like given that I'm 27 and I've been approaching girls for 7 years and I started when I was 20. So I mean, and when I say started when I was 20, I mean like at least multiple times, like at least once a week, like I'm going out and approaching people. Sometimes it would be like two or three. Sometimes, bro, sometimes I would go out literally like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just no matter where I am, talk to someone. Try not to be creepy though, because there's like a time and a place to approach people. But yeah, I don't think that I've gotten any more better results from when I was 22 to now, because like I said, the way you talk to someone only matters if they already like you. And that's why like the girls that I have been with that were attracted to me and then they learn about like the YouTube and they learn about like this and this about me and it's like my work ethic, right? My ambition. A lot of girls love that, man, but most of them that I've been interested in didn't know anything about me because they didn't even give me a chance because of the way that I look. And I think that's the biggest issue with dating is just women are trying to get the best possible guy. And I don't fully blame them for it because I get it. I mean, they've got so many options. Like, of course, like if a man had thousands of girls to pick from, of course he'd be trying to get better and maybe get a little bit greedy with it. But there's a lot of guys out there who actually would be a great partner for her, but they don't even get a chance. Man, maybe I'm speaking for myself, but that's just what I've come to realize is that, hey, the girls that I don't want me, and then the girls that I don't want me. And that's kind of what happened last night. Is there was one girl who had a really pretty face, but just a little bit too big, if I'm being honest. And she came up to me and like I shook her hand, right? I talked to her. I'm not going to be rude, but also if she had like asked her my info or like asked me out or anything, she didn't. But I would have said no. I'm not going to waste her time. But yeah, that's another problem in its own right. Is like, much like, how much like less stress there would be is if you approached a girl and she said she wasn't interested, and like, because then they just lead you on, and then you're talking to them for months, and it's like they're never gonna take you serious or anything like that. But they do enough to kind of keep you around. But I think that's kind of all I got, man. I gotta go cook dinner, unfortunately. So I was gonna order food, but like, bro, I don't know. I'm just gonna go make something. But